So page 109 on your composition book. This is called, who wants to read it? Who wants to read? Who can see it? Oh, that's first question. Who can see it and then wants to read it to the class? Amber, you want to? Oh, my bad. Do the big parts first. I'll read you the other parts. Just do that. So it's supposed to be, and I see why you're saying that, it's supposed to be a 3-part I statement. Everybody say 3-part I statement. Okay, have you ever been in a situation where somebody says something and it hurts your feelings? I'm going to give you a way to tell them without, what's that called? Without escalating the situation.
So without hurting the friend's back?
So in other words, you're going to be able to tell them how you feel, but it's not going to make it worse. You with me? Okay. That's what the 3-part I statement promises, but it's a little bit complicated, okay? There's some complicated parts. Here are the 3 parts to the 3-part I statement. What the other person is doing. Not a judgment of it, just what they're doing. You with me? You got to pay attention to this. It's kind of complicated. Number 2, how it makes you feel. That's probably the easier part, because you know that clearly. And then lastly, the tangible effect it has on you. Okay, who wants to role play? Who wants to role play with me? I kind of want you to go back and forth with me, because it's going to take, we're going to have to like mess with it a little bit. You'll do Sonny? Okay, Sonny. You're going to do something that hurts my feelings. Okay? What are you going to do? Give me an example. What would you do to hurt my... And you can pretend...
This is a complete lie?
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, you can do a complete lie. And I'm none of this... all of this is role playing, okay? All this is off the record.
I feel bad for saying it, but...
Okay, go ahead.
I'm meaning the opposite.
Okay.
Oh, crap. I feel bad.
I know. But pretend I'm one of your... I don't know why I'm going shorter, but pretend that I'm not a teacher and we're...
I'm just going to use a teacher thing.
Pretend we're... Okay, do a teacher one.
I was going to say, you're a terrible teacher. Like,
okay.
You're an amazing teacher, but you're terrible.
Okay, fine.
You got it.
But fine, the example works. He says that to me, right? My feelings are hurt. I feel some way inside, and probably, there's only a couple feelings in my mind. Fear and hurt. And anger, I think, is sort of a special feeling because anger is a reaction to fear and hurt, right? So I think it's sort of in a special category. Okay, so here's how you do it. Emma? Gabriella, are you ready? So, step 1, what the other person is doing. Sonny, when you say that I'm a terrible teacher. Step 2, how it makes me feel. It hurts my feelings. Step 3, what's the tangible effect on me? This gets a lot more complicated, okay, and difficult. The tangible effect on me is maybe because now I've got to take my time to process this and think through this comment, right? So the tangible effect is I got to take my time to just think about all this, right? It's really, I got to think about it now, okay? So that's the 3 parts. So I say back to you, when you say I'm a terrible teacher, it hurts my feelings because now I've got to take my time to think about this and process it. So number 1, do you feel like I'm attacking you back? Right? He doesn't feel attacked. It's not an attack. I didn't misstate anything, like I didn't even judge his judging me, right? I just said what he said, right? And I just said how I felt. And I just said what the effect was. It gets it off my chest because I've told him clearly how I feel, right? That helps me because I'm pretty much free of it now. Right? That's the way feelings work. If you can let it out, you can now be free of it. Right? So, then his reaction to me may be different, right? This could still flood him and he still could go at me, right? And say, yeah, well, you just suck as a teacher, right? Whatever. He could double down or anything else, right? You know that happens. But I can still then go back to this and sort of repeat the same thing, and I'm still relieving the situation, right? In terms of it's not escalating, that's for sure, and maybe he gets escalated, and maybe I need to do some active listening of him, right? So I could do this. I could say to him for active listening, this is not part of this one, because we got to do them one at a time. They're kind of complicated. I could say to him, so Sonny, you feel I'm a bad teacher, and that affects you in a negative way. Right? Because now I'm asking you to kind of explain. Maybe you've got a reason why you're saying that. And maybe him saying the reason gets it off his chest. Right?
Yeah.
So to speak. That, I don't know what the expression is. That's not really a great expression. But gets that out of his system. Right? You get to tell me how you really feel too. Because maybe I did something as a teacher that hurt him. You with me? Right? And this is the way human interactions go. They're very complicated. And all of our emotions are embedded in this whole thing. Right? But this is the three-part I statement. Okay, so to keep it short, here's your assignment. On page 109, write about the three-part I statement. Can you write out a three-part I statement that you will likely need in the upcoming days and be ready to use the I statement, practice them when the opportunity arrives? So here's your assignment. Okay, are you with me? Are you looking up here? Here's your assignment before I let you go for 3 minutes to write. Do you have someone at home or in your friend group, your peer group, who's constantly hurting your feelings or making you feel afraid? I want you to prepare an I statement in advance.
You guys are all annoying. Right?
I want you to prepare. Are you listening to me? Do you see what your assignment is? You're going to write out an I statement so you're ready. And then when it happens, when the situation happens, you're going to have it ready to go and you're going to state the I statement.
I got this.
Okay, you have 3 minutes. Okay, hit stop there.